And hello there, YouTubers. This is CD Mangaka giving you guys Ninja Gaiden 3, Razor's Edge, Master Ninja Mode, Walkthrough Commentary, Day 5, Part 2. Wow, these are really freaking long title introduction things. Oh, it's bugging me. So, we left off at the Crystal Skull Challenge, and we're gonna show you what it looks like right now. That's actually my first take on it. My first and only take on it, I believe. Maybe earlier don't die. So we started with Tactical Ninjas right out of the gate, so I stick with the Falcon Talons with their high D-limb ratio on their attacks to get one of them delimmed, and then I switch over to the Clip Scythe to abuse its magnificent range for Steel on Bone chaining. So just kind of darting around, you can see the one delimb guy I'm trying to get, and I get him! And now it's time for blood to rain from men. Here for the Union, forever. Can't remember what my professor sings. Okay. So after we deal with him, looks like we have a Rocket Ninja that does in fact spawn. And it's more or less just like the same old that is occurring with us. Just more ninjas attacking us. And you just Steel on Bone chain, and there we go. I finally get my ultimate up. And then as we continue to go through, we actually get more various enemy types, like the little spiky demon things. They come out. Anyways, I think I accidentally fired off my ultimate. I'm like, crap. So don't do that. You can easily get it up to ×3. It will get a little harder to chain the Steel on Bone actions together just because of the Porcupine Spiky Demon's tendency not to give you a Steel on Bone, and the fact that when you do delimb them, they will go into a Kamikaze move that is not Steel on Bone counterable. So have to be really careful around that. So anyways, I switch over to the Falcon Talons to go deal with these rocket guys. Once again, they're like real ninjas. So they are not squishy like the archers. You can't one-hit kill them. I switch on over just to duel this guy with the Falcon Talons. Kind of works out. His mobility is fantastic, but I did do a good job of killing the tree. I was going to die if I did not attack that tree, and so now I'm just clawing up the wall as well because it gave me a funny look. And alright, finally for the Rocket Ninja. So that is the first round. So you should be able to get it up to ×3 multiplier. Then drop a Falcon Talon UT, maybe even a Eclipse Scythe UT just to get more kills out of it. Or level 3 dual katana UT. So I see snakes. I light them all on fire because I'm like, no, screw all of you. I don't want any of this. So after we kill one of them, then we begin to have mages spawn. I do get a Steel on Bone. I'm like, wow, that actually happened. So once again, the enemy types in this particular Crystal Skull Challenge mix up quite a bit. The mages are easy to deal with though. I mean, like one simple combo will usually get them delimmed, and I just go for an OT because I haven't done a good job of like learning their, whatchamacallit, Steel on Bone patterns, and I have a hard time actually landing those onto them. So. Plus, the fact that we also have the snake people means that Steel on Bone chaining won't be as effective because when we do hit one of them, that's going to be the end of our Steel on Bone. So I actually get another lucky Steel on Bone. I'm like, wow, I'm on like fire. So I get an ultimate. I think I kill 2 more guys. Just like, I can wait on this one. I don't need to do it just yet. I kill 2 and I get an OT just to add more karma points. I see I got nothing but Chimera left, so I drop my UT. That's what you definitely want to do with a Falcon Talon UT. Kill the mages first because you don't really want to waste an ultimate on them. Then drop these snake people because I have a hard time with them. You guys might have an easier time with them. But save it for the enemy type that you have problems with. And with that, I cleaned that fight relatively well. I'm like, wow, I'm feeling really good about myself right now. So, Wave 3. It's another wonderful collaboration of LOA Beast. Now, these are the bigger guys that I got to deal with. So I'm like, oh goody, it's these people. I can really force some Steel on Bones rather easily. But I think I miss like a few things, and I know I get punished. And so there you go. I missed that Steel on Bone. Then I get hit by this guy's throw, and that almost does me in. I'm like, okay, time for the heals. And then I think like they're all delimbed or dead, so I get some OTs off, and life's looking good. And then with that, now we get the pattern still the same. Now I get some claw ninjas attacking us. I used to call them Shuriken Ninja, but they don't. Now they just throw bombs. So I guess I call them bomb ninjas, but I prefer claw ninjas. So we get them. I'm trying to do like a Falcon Azuna drop thing. Get one. And let's see, he doesn't die from it. So I mentioned that in part 1 that sometimes the Azuna drop won't kill them. So don't know if that's just like a weapon specific thing or if it's just in general. So anyways, I'm sticking with the Falcon Talons because of the speed they gave me and the pretty high D-limb ratio. Anyways, boom, a combo there, and I did kill one of them. I then get hit by 2 combos. I'm like, alright, you know what? That was a really good run, so I'm just going to call it quits. Especially since I'm like 40,000 off of getting my dual katanas to level 3. And once I do, you'll see how powerful their ultimate technique is. in general, and also just how effective it is at cultivating the karma out of your blood rage. You can hit, like, it's easy to hit 4 or 5 people with it. And so that's about... That's a lot of freaking karma is what it is. I'm trying to think. For 3,000 times, like, you can get 12,000 karma out of it. Which is basically in one fight, you get the amount for, like, a level 1 weapon. Which doesn't see... It's not a whole lot, but that kind of puts in perspective for you. So, anyways, you run up the ramp after you're done with the Crystal Skull Challenge, and we're back here. And then we have a bit of a long gauntlet in front of us, and it's a frustrating gauntlet as well. Would have been easier in, like, the older games, just because we could have done the UT... chaining, but we don't get that opportunity. So I pull out the dual katanas because I'm like, oh, these guys are almost level 3. So I see that one fiend was going for Steel and Bone, so I actually line it up perfectly and I just demolish people. And I'm like, alright, let's get used to the dual katanas real fast. So they tell me to burn in hell. I'm like, guys, come on! This is the frustrating fight. So first off, you gotta deal with these claw ninjas, which are probably like one of the hardest enemy types to duel in the game. Very tough, very hard to delim, and they can do quite a bit of damage. But we also get those little bug things that spawn out of freaking nowhere, and there's no way to stop it. So I drop an UT, and I get like so many 100 points just to kind of clear them up. But bastards keep spawning. I'm like, where the hell are they come from? So they will namely just get in your way from trying to do your combo. They will interrupt you. There's no good way to get a Steel and Bone chain to occur. You can do it against these claw ninjas. They're just so hard to delim, and then I have a hard time. They tend to hit me with their Steel and Bone attacks more than I counter them, so I'm just going for certain kills and this. And as you can see, I mean, these bugs are just constantly harassing me, making it the most difficult thing in the world to kill the ninjas. I do get it though, and I'm able to be rewarded with a heal falcon, I think. Actually, no, I'm like, okay, what am I missing? This bug and I have a duel to the death. Then the bird calls, and then, you know, you're done. You heal up. And we get some health back. So that is a nice thing. After that frustrating gauntlet, they do give you health. So, yay! Bye-bye, birdie! After that, move on to the next fight. I died, so I'm starting with a different weapon. There's a bit of a cut there. Come out here, and this fight we can do some Steel and Bone training with. These fiends, again, pretty easy to do it so with. They got some pretty obvious animations. They'll either go in a ground hole when you have them delim to this guy's so I claw them up, and after those 3 are dead, we once again get mixed enemy types, I believe. I'm trying to see it. Yeah, we got the tactical ninjas now, and so bit of a different thing. I want to focus the fiends more just because I can see them better. This grass does obscure our vision somewhat of the fight, but it's not tremendous enough where you'll miss a Steel and Bone from underground. You won't like ever not see it coming at you. So I don't believe I get an ultimate to use in this fight, or at least by the time I do, I've beaten them all. Yeah, so you're not going to get a whole lot, like, you won't necessarily drop an ultimate technique, but Steel and Bone does give you the most base kill score in the game, so highly recommend that you keep doing that, and also gives you the heals, so why not do it? Anyways, Gold Scarab right there at the bottom of the stairs. Pick that up before you go on, and we're going to be running down. So we got one more fight in this chapter, and after that is a save point, and then we'll be on to part 3 of this whole affair. Woo, 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 son. Anyways, go on through. Now, one thing I will say, you constantly see me like dash jump when I'm just normally traversing through this game. That's actually a really good quick time event right there, L1. That's a good way of just practicing your mechanics. That's the mechanic that you use in the previous games to move around the combat scene to give you a lot of maneuverability, as well as to do on-landing UTs with. Gives you distance from your enemies, so you can do the on-landing UT, instantly absorb essence. But that doesn't work for this game, but it still is a really good tactic, especially since now that your dash can stun lock an enemy. So I do get a delim, and I overreact to his charge. That is one thing. If you cut off an arm from these ninjas, they always charge you before they do a Steel and Bone. So when you see them running for you, be prepared for it. Doesn't happen 100% of the time, but that's when they only do it when they run, after you have them delimbed. They only do it after you have them delimbed, at the arm at least. The leg is a little, I mean, they just kind of go for it. Boom, land a Steel and Bone. All these iframes, all these points. I only killed 2. I think I was just out of range, or I killed them or something. Now we get a bit more mixed end types. Now we got some of the white ninjas coming in. And they are throwing bombs at us, which is frustrating. However, right here, I hit the Steel and Bone, even though my vision was obscured by the explosives, because I did hear the audio cue, which was this death cry, which everybody screams. It's a "Whoa" sound. So use your ears in this game. It will definitely make up for sometimes when you lose vision. Anyway, so I get completely blown up. I'm like, oh god. So I'm almost dead, and I just instantly pop my Nimpo. Make sure the Bengal is targeted. I light him up. There's guys on top of the roof, actually. that are just raining bombs down on me, which is frustrating as heck. So you do get awarded an ultimate in this fight, so when I do get it, I switch on over to the Talons, and I go kill all of the Bengals. And then with that, I'm like, okay, so there's a guy up there, one arrow, boom, one arrow. Okay, so recommend that you deal with them earlier if you can, but don't take too much effort to try to get them. Because if you expose yourself and you get hit, lose health, it's not worth it. Anyways, I now have the dual katanas to level 3. Woo woo! So now our ultimate is going to be impressive. You'll see that in the next part. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this. I will catch you all in J5 Part 3. Gold Scare behind the boulder. Hit the save, Falcon baby. And we will see you in the next part. Thank you all for watching.